Esava, this is Consumable from GamerFuture.com, and welcome to episode number 2, How to Get Better on Trials. I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode, which covered the radar. If you guys haven't seen episode 1, I highly recommend it. It's going to be linked on the playlist and also linked within the video, so you guys can definitely check that out if you guys haven't checked that out already. So today we're going to be talking about team communication and why it's very important when it comes to trials. So a couple things I'm going to recommend for you guys to do. First and foremost is know the map you're currently playing on. That's going to be a key element role on team communication. One of the things I see that happens is, even I've been a fault of this before, and I've been in parties where it's happened. It's like, guys, he's over there. Or you say, dude, he's behind you. Or he's coming up. And you don't really give out a proper call out. So your teammate, it's if you tell him, oh, dude, he's coming up behind you, the first thing he does is turn around. But that might be because the guy's pretty far away. Or you tell him, or you say, dude, he's over there. Or, hey, he's over there. You're like, okay, he's where? Over there where? So that's one of the things. Another thing is when you go down, you are pretty much kind of like the radar, like a audio radar. That's the best way I could say it. When you go down and when you die, that is your time to actually help your teammates and be constantly communicating with them, because they need to know exactly what's going on. If someone's on their orb, if someone's not on their orb, if someone's moving, especially the person. Sometimes when the person kills you, what happens is you'll be able to track that enemy throughout the entire map. So it's very important that communication is key. So you're probably wondering, okay, we already know this. How could I become a better communicator? First thing and foremost, what I would say is know the map. And if it's your first time doing trials, or you have done trials before, but you don't remember the good call out points, first thing is play control. Remember, in control, there's going to be a set of 3 different flags. You have A flag, B flag, and C flag. That is the first thing you have to learn. Because what happens is usually you will always spawn within either on the A flag or on the C flag, right? So there's if the enemy team person is on kind of on your side of the spawn, you're going to call out A flag, right? If you respond at C flag, or vice versa. So knowing the flags is very important, because those are very proper callouts. Your teammates should know. All right, they're flanking you from A flag, they're flanking you from B flag, or they're at B, which is pretty much the middle, or they're at C. Those are really good call outs, so your teammates know, okay, they're by that flag. Another thing I want to go ahead and point out that a lot of people don't usually do is knowing when to properly give the call out based upon the heavy ammo that you pick up and special ammo. So if you guys know, during when you guys are currently playing, the team is constantly moving around, and there's special ammo crates on all over the map, and they all spawn in the same spot. So for example, on this map, you got one special ammo crate that spawns on the top, one special ammo crate that spawns on the bottom where you capture the zone, one special crate ammo that spawns on the inside, and also one special ammo crate that spawns inside the hallway. And those are the ones those are 4 points of reference that you could give out. So how would you call these out? So for example, on this one, you have roof special, which is pretty much the one I just pointed out right there. You have capture point special, which is the one that's underneath where you capture the point on this trials section. You have inside crate, which is the one that's inside, kind of in the hallway, like in the inside. And then you have hallway crate, which is the one that's inside the big hallway, which is the big box where people usually kind of just aim down scope and snipe. So those are proper callouts you could give out to this map. Now, this is just an example of this particular map, but every single map has its own special crates that you could call out based upon where they're currently located. Now, another one is also calling out the heavy. As you guys know, the heavy, for example, on this side, it's the heavy spawns right there. On the opposite side, it spawns on the bottom of the steps. So if you guys said, oh, he's by heavy, then the person knows, okay, he's either on the top portion where the thing spins, or he's inside. Of course, you're going to be giving a proper call out if he's, on heavy on the bottom or on the top. That's another key point I want to point out. The maps are usually layered. There's always top and there's bottom. For example, this is layered to rooftop. That's top. Then you have the bottom part, and then you have the lower bottom part, right? So what we've gone and called this, for example, this mob, you have roof, which is the top part. Then you have hallway, which is the bottom part of where people usually aim down scope, and then you have the bottom where the capture point is. Another thing I also want to point out is, especially when doing trials, there's always a capture point, and usually calling out the capture point also helps because you can know when he's by the capture point. Another thing is, I've noticed a couple teams, what they've been doing is actually waiting for the capture point to actually show up, and then they go to the capture point. But when they start attacking you, they attack you from multiple sides. So they'll attack you from the left, right, and side. And usually what you want to do is actually have one person there and kind of take them out. So calling proper callouts of where each individual teammate is coming from will give you guys the edge. Another thing I want to go ahead and talk about is communication before you actually even go into a trials match. So usually what tends to happen is you get a group of friends, right? You usually play Iron Banner with, or you play Crucible with, and you're like, okay, let's go do some trials. And for some reason, you do really good in Iron Banner, you do really good in Crucible, but when you go to have to do trials, you guys start struggling a little bit because there is no lack of communication. Usually in Iron Banner, people usually just go rogue, or during Crucible, they go rogue. There is no communication. Pretty much there should be some, but it's not very, very factored where you actually need to have really good communication, because there's no capture point to capture. There's no tactical thing to do. There's no like, okay, push, don't push, hang back. So all of these are proper callouts that you're going to want to do. Another thing I've noticed too when playing is when there's an orb down, people need to call that orb is down. For example, sometimes you could be hard scoping with your sniper, and you'll be aiming down sight, and you won't be able to see that bottom side where it says that there's a skull, there's a red skull showing. So calling out, hey, I got an orb down. All right, so okay, you got an orb down. Okay, we know you got an orb down. That's good, and it's good to communicate that orb is down. If two orbs are down, communicate. Just say, hey, we have two people down. Should we push or should we hang back? Because you're not going to want to be pushing by yourself. Usually what tends to happen, that I've seen a lot of people do it, and I've done the mistake as well, so I'm just learning as much as you guys are learning. I mean, I'm not the best PvP player. I kind of just started playing PvP, but I play with a lot of really good people that play PvP, and they told me this is what you need to learn, this is what you need to do. So I'm just trying to help you guys that are trying to get better at PvP, or maybe you're really good at PvP, but your communication is not there because you're so used to doing everything by yourself, so you're used, you don't make callouts, and that times sometimes when you have a really good player, there's no callouts, that could cause you to not actually complete a trials match because there's no callouts. So this is helpful not only for the Novik and also for the person that's really, really good. Make sure you guys are calling out, because usually what tends to happen, a really good player will push up, he'll get an orb down, his teammates are kind of hanging back because they're not that good, they're trying to get those kills, and they don't even know that an orb is down, or they're aiming down scope. So communication is key. An orb is down, make sure you call it. Now if that orb is down, make sure you call out if you're going to push or you're going to hang back, what exactly it is that you're going to be doing to kind of give your team the advantage. Also, one thing I also noticed people don't do is, and I kind of made a mistake, not on this trial run, but like on a previous one, on one I did in like a little bit, just a few minutes ago, is I went ahead and tethered the team, and I forgot to say, hey, you know what, guys, I'm gonna go tether. You guys push up because they're gonna be tethered. I didn't say that, so that caused my team not to win that round. So make sure if you're going to be using the super, say that you're going to be using it. If you plan on using it the next round, make sure you say it. If you have super, make sure you say, hey guys, I have super. And then someone else will be like, I have super. So you guys can know how to strategically advance, or how to strategically go ahead and encounter any type of push or kind of capture a flag. Guys, those are the best tips I could give you as far as communication. Make sure you guys are constantly talking, letting your teammates know where they're at, if you have super, if you brought someone down, because communication is going to be key to your success, and I can guarantee you it's going to win you a couple matches that you probably lost before. I hope these videos are helpful and informative. If they are, make sure you guys leave a comment and a like, and don't forget, guys, for all things Destiny, head over to GamerFusion.com, where we empower your gaming.